MAW is 1 week away from our biggest weekend of the year, Hell on Earth 8. But before we get there, tonight, the Go Home Show, the last show from Detroit, Michigan. Hello everybody, I'm Rich Johnson, and tonight we have one hell of a show for you as we prepare for Hell on Earth next week. We will have matches involving some of the competitors that will be in the Call Your Shot Battle Royals next weekend, both the men's and the women's. And, speaking of the women, one member of 2 teams at least will be in match later tonight. Excuse me, I'm all over the place here. We just had some news passed to us. I'm trying to get through the card. But basically there will be a one-on-one match involving a couple of the women in the women's tag team title #1 contenders ladder match taking place next week. But also tonight's main event, Austin Anderson's longtime best friend Pimpster returns to Inertia to take on his brother JT Anderson. Originally this was meant to be a normal singles matchup, but the news I am talking about is of course just a few hours ago, maybe not even a whole few hours ago now. It was announced that hardcore legend former ECW champion Sabu has passed away at 59 years old, maybe 60. We're still getting the information here. He just wrestled like a week ago. For those of you who do know who Sabu was, you know he's all about the hardcore lifestyle. And for those of you who don't know who Sabu was, I sincerely hope you get a chance to see some of his work. But in memory of the legend, the death-defying legend Sabu, Pimpster and JT's match in tonight's main event is now a tables match. Huge coming out of all this. And again, it will be in memory of Sabu, who we will all miss very dearly. Let's go ahead and put that to bed for now, because it's time to kick off the final stop before Hell on Earth 8. And I promise you this opener is going to be a hell of a match to kick off the go home. Next weekend, the Dacia sisters, the Daughters of Darkness, Ashlyn Rose and Ripley Sky, and I apologize, my brain is failing me right now. We're gonna have ourselves a 4-way matchup for the women's tag team title #1 contenders. Pain and Gain feel like they don't have any proper challengers, so this is the route we're going to go down. I am wow, I am a failure at my job right now. It is a fatal 4-way, I promise you that. And here comes Roz's opponent tonight. The new girls in town. That's who the 4th team is. I apologize, like I said, it's been a rough start here tonight. So Akira and AJ against Ashley and Melissa, against Roz and her sister Zoe, against the newest team of Ripley Sky and Ashlyn Rose. 4-way tag team ladder match to determine the #1 contenders for the women's tag team titles. That takes place next weekend. The title match takes place in 2 weeks, May 25th, JT Anderson's birthday bash. Lots to look forward to in the next couple of weeks. This is a bit of a preview, I guess. It's not a ladder match, but these are 2 absolute legends in the women's division. This is a privilege to be able to see this matchup kicking things off here tonight. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Look at Ashley right away. Going for the snake eyes. I can promise you from a fan perspective, these 2 women could main event night 2 of Hell on Earth and no one would blink an eye. But that's not where they are right now, as Ashley ducks and gets a couple of kicks to Roz's thigh. And look at this stretching. Apologies via the dad. Look at the submission, pulling back the leg even. Roz pulls out of it with an arm drag. Well, it's more of a hip toss, I suppose. Got another difference between the 2. Got double tie up. Got her up in the ropes. Cannot believe we're only 1 week away. Disaster kick. What a connection. Hooks the outside leg. Looking for some momentum. Only gets a 1. Other matches have been added to the card over the last week by General Manager Johnny Gomez. I'll do my best to tell you as many as I can. Russian leg sweep. Of course, later on in the week, kick to the midsection. Johnny will go through the whole card. There's a cover again by Ashley. Ashley gets a 2 after a soccer style kick to the stomach there. Drop kick to the upper back. There's a right hand by Ashley, boot to the midsection. Both Ashley and Roz former champions here at MAW. Oh, what a right hand. They go behind and interesting maneuver there. And a drop kick to the head this time. Roz, of course, a 6-time champion, 5-time women, 1-time prison belt. Ashley, a former women's champion and a former women's tag team champion. We'll see if her and Melissa can overcome next weekend. Now that they've lost Ashley and Rose to Ripley Sky, or perhaps the other way around, maybe Ripley Sky is with Ashley and Rose. Either way, the Daughters of Darkness are down a member, so it's just Ashley and Melissa now. Roz, the only person teaming up with a family member, teaming up with her sister, stomp to the arm. It's going to be a dream come true, Roz has said, to team up with her sister at Hell on Earth. Next week, Tropicana Field. Ashley drops down, leapfrogs, good combo, and Roz just kind of ran through her. Ashley tried to go for another shoulder tackle, didn't quite get it. Off the ropes, right hand to the midsection. Ashley, the most tenured women's superstar on the roster. What a massive short arm clothesline. While Roz is the most successful women's superstar on the roster, springboard forearm. That's why this would be seen as a dream match to some fans. We're getting it a week before Hell on Earth. Into the corner, big clothesline. Hooks the outside leg. Looking for that all-important victory. May not seem like it's going to be important considering the match next weekend is a ladder match, but you need momentum no matter what. Kick to the top of the head. Don't forget, Hell on Earth is 2 nights. Big kick! It's only the 3rd or 4th time ever it's been 2 nights. For Hell on Earth 8. It'll be next Saturday and Sunday. Big chop, another. Oh, whoa! Kind of a gut-wrench spinning slam there. That was interesting. Ashley, been around a minute, knows how to change the game up when need be. Bounces Roz across the top rope. The experience of Ashley actually overcomes that of Roz by a couple of years, actually. Ashley's got she had something in mind, but Roz decided, no, you don't. Both ladies to the outside. Roz just playing some mind games, hopping back and forth over the steel steps. Went for right hand. Ashley blocked it. Got a forearm of her own. Now Roz with a right hand to the midsection. Couple of rights and lefts. And a Russian leg sweep. I couldn't tell. And look, Ashley's head almost hit the bottom of the steel steps. I'm not sure it actually did. And she catches her with an arm drag. And now she throws Roz, tried to throw her to the steps. Roz just kind of stopped herself. Roz tosses Ashley into the barricade. Referee. Was on a count of 5 last I heard. Right hand. We're at a count of 6 now. Roz going to get back into the ring. And again, not to beat you over the head with it, but also to beat you over the head with it. None of countouts, pinfalls, any of that won't matter next weekend. And they'll have their partners, but they'll have 2 other teams to contend with. As Ashley, maybe knocked out against the barricade here, gets in right about the count of 9. Referee was going for 9. Ashley gets back in. Grabs Roz, throws her off the rope. There's that back elbow she went for earlier. Manages to catch it this time. Stomps on the other arm. Oh, she got to have in mind here. Going after the legs now. Impressive strategy from Roz. Or from Ashlyn, excuse me. Getting excited over here. Oh, Roz with a straight right to the midsection. Couple of kicks. Punches and a spinning knee. What a combo. Boom! And Ashley pops up after getting caught with that knee strike that a lot of the women in our roster love to do. Ashley perhaps able to just hold on. And another back elbow. I don't know how she was able to take that so well. Now she's working on that leg again. Oh, man. I believe it's the second time she's done that in this matchup. I believe I was battling through the last time. Roz trying to get to her feet. Ashley, oh, thought she was going to let her. Shot to the midsection from Roz. Springboard, forearm again. This crowd in Detroit is hot. They know this is the last show before Hell on Earth. There's 2. And of course we have that tables match main event between longtime friends, I guess turned enemies by force. Enemies by proxy between JT and Pimster. One top rope to the apron. Went for a right, missed it. Oh, didn't miss that one. Uh-oh. On the apron. Look at this. Oh my goodness. The back suplex on the apron. And a stomp to the arm. Boot to the midsection and right hand. A couple of them. Oh God, a slap. Just a straight slap. Roz started to fall down. Ashley wouldn't let her. Ashley to the top rope. This is a little outside of Ashley's. Nord, big splash. Hooks the outside leg. 2. Oh, wow. Ashley doesn't normally go to the high-risk district. But she did, and it paid off. High risk, high reward. Oh, she might have been going for the sharp attack. Roz able to block. Oh, what a clothesline. All impact there. Ashley in trouble. Roz backing up. She got mine here. Oh, Superwoman punch. Superwoman punch. There's a cutter. There's 2. And Ashley rolls her shoulder up, and Roz is pissed. Roz knows she needs a big victory, and beating Ashley will be just that. Backs up again. Oh, went for the silver kiss. Didn't get it. Or the silver wizard, whatever. The shining wizard she likes to do. Got caught over the top rope again. Ashley from behind. Oh, what is this? Oh, GTH! Ashley with the GTH. There's 2. And Roz gets her shoulder up. I told you these 2 could main event Hell on Earth and no one would be confused. Listen to this crowd. A fight forever chant breaking out here in Detroit. And they may do just that. As Ashley tries to get the crowd riled up, Roz got back up. Look at this. Ooh! Picked her up for a suplex and then drove her knee into her skull. Couple of straight lefts and a stop on the way up. Both these ladies have got to be asking each other, themselves at least, the same question. How do I got to beat this woman? 2 clotheslines and a back trip. Roz has got something in mind here. She's getting the crowd on her side. Fans love both of these individuals, that is for sure. Roz to the top rope, showing that she can do that too. A double stomp of sorts to Ashley there. Oh, what a kick to the face. Look at this. Look at this. This combo here. Now pulling back on that left arm. And now the double knees and the roll. Ashley in trouble. Roz has got to come up with something else. Oh, what an overhand chop. Did you hear that impact? From a front chancery to an arm drag. Impressive combo there. Ashley kicks Roz off. Immediately goes for the cover. Interesting strategy. Gets a 2 from it. And Roz grabs the bottom rope. Referee in great position. I'm not sure Ashley really believed she was going to win the match there. A bit of a surprise. Oh, and a short arm. Apologies for some background noise. I'm trying to get rid of the glare. Ashley in control at the moment anyway. Went for a shot, was wildly out of place. Went ahead and grabbed her anyway. Russian leg sweep. The old school moves sometimes work out just fine. Kick to the back. Continue to work on the arm here. This match is an incredible back and forth between 2 of the best we have. Oh boy. She's gotten to the top rope again. This time Roz is on the outside. Ashley, flying clothesline from the top turnbuckle to the floor. Like I said, next weekend, there's going to be 6 other women, including their own tag team partners. But stuff like this will be definitely helpful. Diving like that. Always good in the ladder match. Over by the announce table now. And oh, big kick. Big leg lariat of sorts from Roz. Ashley perhaps got a little too cocky after that flying clothesline. It was very impressive, don't get me wrong. Oh, an elbow. Ashley tossed back into the ring. Roz rolls back in as well. Face lock by Roz. She got mine here. Oh, flatliner. Nothing fancy. Straight down, right hand. Whoa. Wait a minute. And now Roz with the GTH. I'm not sure whose move that is. 2. And Roz picks up a win. An all-important win. Some momentum heading in to the 4-way tag team ladder match next weekend. There was the Superwoman punch. There's the GTH from Ashley. Roz would hit a flatliner here before she would hit the GTH herself and pick up the win. I do believe it's Roz that actually uses the GTH. So I think Ashley just used it as insult to injury. Next weekend, she will be teaming up with her sister for the ultimate opportunity. The winner of that ladder match, the winning team, will face Pain and Gain in 2 weeks in Nashville, Tennessee, obviously. Where else would we go for JT Anderson's birthday bash? Yes, that's Nashville close together, but that's just what JT wanted. Well, coming up, we got a couple of the competitors that will be competing in the Call Your Shot Battle Royals, going one-on-one here tonight. This one is going to be great. Max Edwards, perhaps the longest tenured superstar in all of MAW, taking on Rip Rivera, who debuted last year at the Royal Rumble and since then has wrestled in super high profile matches. And it doesn't really change when you think about it, because both these men will be competing in the Call Your Shot Battle Royal for the men's side. The rules of those matches are very interesting because it's more like a Casino Battle Royal or the Diamond Ring Battle Royal or anything like that. It's kind of a mix of a couple different styles of Battle Royals across all of wrestling. I'll explain it a little more here in just a moment. As here comes the young man who, like I said, has had a hell of a 2025 especially. So this is how the matches will go down. There's a men's one, there's a women's one. It is an 8-person over-the-top battle royal for the first half. After 6 competitors have been eliminated, the last 2 superstars standing will then go into a singles match immediately, right away. And the person who picks up the pinfall or submission will get the chance to challenge any champion at any time over the next year. It is replacing the usual tradition of Money in the Bank at Hell on Earth 8 this year. Instead of, mostly being for the world title, you can challenge for any championship you want. But you can challenge for the world championship, or you can challenge for your division's tag team titles, your division's middleweight championships, such as the Middle Earth and the Crimson Bell, or even the brand new championship debuting next weekend, the Ultra Violent Championship. Huge opportunity for 8 men and 8 women. But here comes a man that's done just about everything here at MAW. The OG MAW superstar. I haven't seen him in a while. It's good to see him back here in Detroit. Max Edwards. Man, I could talk about this guy forever. He is a former world champion. He's a former Crimson Bell champion. For the first part of his career, he had a stupid name. We've never mentioned it before, and I'm still going to keep it that way. But when MAW was revamped a few years back for this specific game, or maybe even the game before, he started going by his real name, Max Edwards. But as you can see, How he's dressed and how he acts has not changed. This is how he has always been. He's a funny little guy. He's a bit of a heavyweight, but he moves like a cruiserweight. He has lost a ton of weight. I can't put that down. So a little bit of a preview of what could happen if these two are the last two men standing after 6 eliminations. And Rip! Size isn't going to matter to Rip Rivera. Absolute powerhouse. What a way to start the match with that suplex and a knee to the side of Max's head. Now this would be a huge win for Rip Rivera. I'd be willing to call it a bit of an upset because of just the sheer experience difference between these two. Rip Rivera barely a year and a half, not even fully. Max Edwards, well over a decade, maybe even a decade and a half. Big elbow drop by Rip, but he's not going to let Max stop him there. Big elbow across the back of the neck and head, it looked like. Max rolls to the outside. Rip follows him out there. I don't think Max realizes he's there. Collar double tie up. Got him on his shoulder. Bam! Off the apron. I think Rip knows what people are thinking, and he is just taking it to Max Edwards here in the early going. Fans here in Detroit well behind Rip Rivera. Look out! Powerbomb on the floor. The strength of Rip Rivera 100% on display tonight. Now he throws him into the barricade again. Rip has had a hell of a year, but he's had a tough year. The back and forth with the Middle Earth Championship. Dr. Alan Grant, the champion still, even after Rip tried to take it from him a while back. Oh, what a right hand. Just takes Max down. The referee is at a count of 8. Max Edwards maybe about to be counted out. Not if Rip Rivera can help it. Flying shoulder tackle from the top turnbuckle to the floor. Good Lord. Oh, what is he going to do now? Max driven into the barricade. This is a clinic from Rip Rivera. Max Edwards has not been able to get out of the gates. It's been, like I said, it's been a while since we've seen him. Maybe this is ring rust and underestimation. Speaking of Dr. Grant, that's one of the matches that has been made for Hell on Earth next weekend. He will defend the Middle Earth Championship in an open challenge, and apparently this was his idea. He has no challenger right now, much like a couple other champions in MAW. But instead of making one, he wants to defend the title in an open challenge at Hell on Earth. It's a hell of an idea. Alabama Slam from Rip Rivera. This one could be over already. There's 2. Max Edwards, the legend, being absolutely destroyed in this match. To finally get some offense in. He's going to have to keep it going, though. And I'm not sure he can. Got a little cocky there. Rivera back to his feet. Off the ropes. Pop up spine buster. And a stomp to the arm. Off the ropes. Went for a splash. Max got out of the way. If Max gets going, Rip is in trouble. That may be why he's been all over him, DDT. Max is very quick, as he showed there. Springboard, spin into a drop kick. And now what? Drop kick to the side of the face. You don't want Max to gain momentum. He'll take it quickly. Springboard. Hurricane run on the floor. No room for error, and he got all of it. Grabs Rip by the head and hits him with a forearm. Just because he can be fancy doesn't mean he always has to be. Collar double tie up. Into the steps. Well, he kind of tripped before he hit him. Kick to the back. A little bit of payback from Max. Now just beating him up on the floor. Dancing a little bit like Eddie Guerrero out there. He springs back in the ring. Rivera back to his feet as well. Getting the crowd riled up here. Whoa. Rivera just picked him up out of nowhere into a bear hug. Just like that. I mean, Max Edwards is definitely in trouble with how strong Rivera is. Oh. And the elbows from Max. And he boxes the ears. Just trying to make a point. Clothesline. Was trying to get out of it anyway. Quick elbow drop there by Max. So he's done it all here at MAW. There's a quick cover. There's 2. Only a 2. Trying to show this young man what he can do. Misses the elbow, but this young man has been a step ahead this whole match. What a boot to the side of Max's face. A little bit of booze in the crowd there from that one. Gut wrench powerbomb from the mat. Oh no. We've seen this before. Look at this. The absolute strength. It's unreal from Rip Rivera, dropping Max behind him. He just curled him up from the mat into a gorilla press. Well, this is a little much. Stomp to the back. Much like our opening match, winning this match will give you momentum, even though the match next week is completely different. Unless you end up in the final two. Springboard, drop kick again. I was talking, Max was able to kip up and get a big drop kick in. Oh, but Rip with a clothesline. Max goes for his own. Off the ropes, back, body drop. Max falls to the floor, falls to the mat. And now, Spine Buster. Rip Rivera may have caught him with the trifecta to beat him here tonight. Max kicks out. That was close. 2.5. You don't get much closer without it being 3. Rip Rivera now. Oh, I'm not sure what he was going for, but Max was able to block it. Hurricane Rana by Max. Vintage Max Edwards, the old faithful Hurricane Rana. He's watching Rivera get on the apron. Grabs him, and a right hand. And a drop kick, and he goes falling to the floor. He slides under the bottom rope. Max was throwing out a lot of drop kicks in this match. Hurricane Ranas, quick moves, catch you off guard, stomp to the face. Big knee, oh God. Huge knee strike there. And a leg drop across the left arm. An interesting strategy there. Maybe try and take away some of the power. Can't lift somebody if your arm is out. Rolls him in the ring. Taking a bit of a breather. He's been taken to the limit by Rip. And I'm not surprised he needs a bit. And you got to remember, they both have to compete in that over-the-top rope battle royal that turns into a singles match next weekend. Oh! Max Factor! The Max Factor from Max Edwards. And now, y'all about to see something here. So no! He was out of position for the 630. Oh, and he caught him anyway. He caught Rivera. Max is not going to make the same mistake twice. Twisting head scissors. Max Edwards with the 630 out of place, but he managed to recover pretty quickly. Well, this match might have been over. Rivera on the top. Max with the right hand. What has Max got in mind here? Oh no. Oh, good Lord! Are you kidding me? And somehow Rip Rivera kicks out. I don't know if that's a Spanish fly slam or a backflip. Last call or whatever. Springboard. Whoop. Not sure what that was about. Maybe a little show off. Fall away slam. Backflip fall away slam. Drop kick by Max Edwards. I'm not sure whatever he did. It was impressive. Springs in the ring. Oh, gets caught by a huge clothesline by Rivera. Showing off a little too much here. What in the world is this? Oh, man. Him with a wrist lock and turned into a back suplex, a back slam of sorts. And now stomping on the arm. These two really showing out here tonight. I'm not surprised. Look at this. Oh, man. In a lot of pain here. Looks the outside leg, just trying to end this thing. Perhaps trying to save some of himself for next weekend. Max kicks out anyway. Oh, look at this. Look at this German suplex with the release. Max goes flying across the ring. And now Rivera to the top rope. What the world is he going to do? Oh, wait a minute. He's daring Max to get to his feet. Flying shoulder tackle again. Off the ropes, going for that little splash now. Boom, got him. I'm not sure how much either of these men have left from this incredible matchup. Max pulls himself to the bottom turnbuckle, and Rivera with a running knee strike. And I'll stomp to the arm again. Rivera, I think he's just trying to come up with something, anything. Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. Curls him up into the military press. Call it the military press, the gorilla press, either one. Max goes down, and he bounces off the mat hard. And now Rivera going for the splash again. This time he missed. Went to the well one too many times. Max with the collar elbow tie up. Oh, knee to the midsection. Max spinning back kick. Springs to the outside. Springs back in. Oh, went for that clothesline. He got caught. Northern Lights. Max back to the outside. Getting the crowd riled up. He's got something in mind here. Springboard. Hurricane Rana. The speed at which Rip Rivera went flipping around. That was insane. Elbow drop. Rip to the outside. Max to the top turnbuckle. Rivera's down. Oh no! Neck breaker. Max Edwards missed that leg drop. He popped right to his feet but got caught with a leaping neck breaker. Gets bounced off the apron. And now thrown. That back suplex toss from Rivera, who's bleeding. I apologize if you saw that before I did. I did not realize that Rip Rivera has been busted open. I'm not sure when, but this match is insane as Max tosses Rip back in the ring. Uh-oh. Leg drop across the arm. Look at this, look at this. From the top, 630. This time he hits it. Referee's got to get in position. There's one, there's two. Max Edwards picks up the win. What an incredible effort from Rip Rivera. But the legend picks up the win. There was that backflip slam, and there was the 630 that he hit. One more look, boom. Unbelievable display of athleticism, as always, from Max Edwards. Next weekend, if he can survive to be one of the last two, and he can do that again, he will be able to call his shot anytime he wants. Incredible matchup here tonight in Detroit. Both men showing off a bit. You can see how sweaty Max Edwards is. I mentioned that there's been a few matches that have been added to the card. I already talked about Dr. Grant will defend his Middle Earth title in an open challenge. But last week something went down that made Johnny Gomez make a decision. Last week, Lexi attacked Amber Reeves in the back with a steel chair after Amber made it clear she wanted nothing to do with the Bad Girls Club anymore. Johnny Gomez made this match. Amber is not here tonight, as far as we know, after the assault with the steel chair. But next weekend, Lexi, Amber Reeves, no holds barred. They get to take it out on one another after everything that we've talked about with Amber leaving and Lexi's assault. Lexi and Amber next week in Florida. I mentioned the women's tag team titles #1 contenders match, fatal 4-way ladder match. But we can't forget about the men. They don't have nearly as many challengers right now, so it'll be a simple tag team match between YNF and the Lucha Legacy. This one could be a breathtaking show stealer for sure. Now that is all I think that is it for the card. We also know that Pat Ireland will face Predator for the Ultraviolet Championship, but there is a twist to that one as well. There you see the two superstars, Pat Ireland and Predator. It will be the Ultraviolet Championship, but unlike all the other matches, this will not be under any sort of Ultraviolet tournament rules. This will be a Texas death match, meaning the only way you can win is by submission or knockout. Insane rules for Hell on Earth. But that is all I'm going to talk about for now. We have two more matches to get to here tonight. But later on this week, Johnny Gomez will join you for a special walkthrough of the entire card for Hell on Earth 8 next Saturday and Sunday in Tropicana Field. But for now, we have a battle of the newcomers here tonight. Isabella Ramel and Emily Ramon are both going to be in the women's collar shot battle royal, as is Sawyer Sakamoto. 3 women that all made their debuts at the Royal Rumble this year are all going to have another major opportunity, this time in the collar shot battle royal at Hell on Earth. It's going to be awesome, but we're going to see which one of these 2 women can pick up a win of momentum on the way to that big matchup. Cannot wait for you guys to hear this card completely broken down. There are going to be 10 matches, I can tell you that. 10 matches next weekend, 5 on each night. Cannot wait for you guys to hear it all for yourself and see it all for yourself next weekend in Florida. Isabella Ramel, huge opportunity for both these women. We've seen them a little bit since the Rumble, but this is the opportunity that you talk about all the time. The week before Hell on Earth, you pick up a win, everyone's going to be talking about it next week. Everyone's going to talk about how Max Edwards pinned Rip Rivera and has momentum going into that Call Your Shot Battle Royal. Whoever wins here gets a big win in their young career and has a huge opportunity next week. I'm going to keep beating you over the head with all of this before you hear it from Johnny Gomez one last time later in the week. 8 women in the ring all at once. After 6 women have been eliminated, the last 2 go into a singles match right away. The first person to gain pinfall or submission gets to challenge any champion they want. Any champion, anytime for the next year. It's the replacement for Money in the Bank. Emily Ramon has already gained quite the fan support thus far here at MAW. It's always interesting to see at the Royal Rumble each year. It seems like we get more and more debuts, especially in the women's division. The women's roster continues to grow, and you love to see how they do. A good example is Harley Quinn, who debuted in the Rumble a few years ago. Went on to be champion, went on to win a tournament, a mini tournament to main event Hell on Earth this year, night 1 at least. Another good example of debuting and succeeding is our women's champion Evelyn Quinn, who debuted randomly throughout the year last year and is currently the women's champion. Absolutely incredible. And she will defend that title against Harley Quinn next Saturday night, Hell on Earth Night 1 main event. Let's see how Emily and Isabella, excuse me. And and a neck breaker. You can see Emily Ramon is much bigger, muscular, I should say. Bigger and muscular. So she's going to have the power game in this match. Isabella went right for the kicks. She's going to be the strikes and the speed in this matchup for sure. And oh man, look at that. A standing flipping senton. She's got to keep the speed up against Ramon. DDT from the springboard. What I tell you, she's going to have the speed in this matchup. There's a cover. Only a 1 that time. She was able to get a 2 earlier. It's smart to pin your opponent multiple times in a row. And there's a face buster from Isabella Ramel. Trying to keep Ramel and Ramon going back and forth here. Nice straight right hands to Ramon. It's a hell of a last name to have in professional wrestling. I believe it's no relation, considering his real name is Scott Hall. But anyway, there's a fisherman suplex. Spins her around with a forearm shot. Everybody tonight getting this Detroit crowd riled up. A springboard from Ramon catches her with a crossbody. The athleticism is not far behind for Emily, who heads to the top turnbuckle. Look at this. Oh, she got caught. Caught in... Whoa. Okay. We're going to ignore that. That catching slam and now a couple of chops and a big kick from Isabella. Oh. Just slap across the back of the head. And a short snap DDT there. Ramel doesn't want the pace to get too slow. She heads up to the second rope, but Ramon getting to her feet. Catches her with a Hurricane Rana. But she wants Ramon to get to her feet. Rolls it through, pops up, kick to the midsection. Chop overhead. Oh! Bicycle super kick from Emily Ramon. Springboard, crossbody again. This time holds and hooks the leg. Cooks the leg, goodness. I get excited when I do my job. Elbow to the back of the head. I'm definitely excited for our main event, which we'll talk about a little more. We'll also talk about the main event of Hell on Earth Night 2. Dragon screw there by Ramel. And bashes Ramon's face off of the mat. You don't got to be fancy in this matchup. Next week, you're going to be working to throw people over the top. And, oh no! Ramel didn't realize Ramon had rolled to the floor, springboard, moonsault, and just crashes and burns. It looked impressive, but she didn't hit it. Short arm into a shoulder tackle. Continuing the assault while she's on the ground. Stop. And oh man! We've seen that before in MAW. 1, 2, kick out. A Trouble in Paradise style kick to the back from Emily Ramon. And now elbows to the shoulder and neck. And now some straight right hands, a little bit of payback from earlier. Goodness gracious. Ramel trying to roll out of the ring. Ramon, look out! Oh man, what a suicide dive! Just crashes and burns on top of Ramel. And she's going to continue the assault on the arm. Really working over the arm there, the left arm especially. And now throwing Ramel up the stage. Interesting tactic here. What is this going to be? Oh, wow! A standing moonsault from Emily Ramon. You saw she didn't commit quite as much as Isabella would have. But she's showing her athleticism here for sure. Couple of straight rights. We've had a few matches where the competitors seem to not mind winning on countouts. She picks Ramel up to give her a chance to recover. She gets back in the ring. Ramel is still out on her feet. Look at the athleticism again of Emily Ramon. And Isabella is trying to get back to the ring, and she does. I don't think Ramon's paying attention as she gets pulled down and bounces off the top turnbuckle. Cutter! Cutter! Into a, oh man, into a dragon sleeper. That was an insane combo. A cutter into a dragon sleeper. Emily Ramon may have made a huge mistake here tonight. Code Red holds the cover. 1, 2. Isabella Ramel picks up a huge win after Emily Ramon dismissed her one too many times. Here's that. That was an incredible looking dragon sleeper after the cutter, but then the Code Red. One more look. Boom. Would do Isabella a huge favor and would do Ramon in. You can't underestimate anybody here in MAW. Huge win for Ramel. Next week, her, Emily, Sawyer Sakamoto, 5 other women. 6 get thrown over the top rope, 2 go one-on-one. Coming up next, a main event in memory of the great hardcore legend Sabu who passed away earlier today. It is a tables match between former friends and former storyline brothers, JT Anderson and Pimpster. And it's all leading to this. Arguably the biggest main event in MAW history. Austin Anderson defends his fairly newly won World Heavyweight Championship against the winner of the Royal Rumble, Randy Man, and a man that has put himself in the #1 contender's position, his brother, the former champion, JT Anderson. It is the first time we've ever done this kind of matchup at a 2-night Hell on Earth. We've had a triple threat main event once before. That was many, many years ago at one of the earlier Hell on Earth. So this is only the second time we've done this, but it's the first time it's been these 3 men. The main event of Hell on Earth Sunday. Austin Anderson, JT Anderson, Randy Man for the World Heavyweight Championship. But before we get there, Austin's longtime friend Pimpster will take on JT Anderson here in our main event. And like I said, this match was already scheduled to happen, but after the passing of Sabu, which of course we send our thoughts, prayers, and all that to his friends and his family, in his memory, this match was made a table match, tables, whatever you want to call it, by our general manager, Johnny Gomez. The only way to win is to put your opponent through a table. And now, if you caught what I said earlier, I wasn't joking. Years and years ago, Pimpster was the storyline third brother of JT and Austin. Now, of course, that storyline was dropped years later, and he's just been hinted at and referred to as a best friend of Austin Anderson. But this is so JT might be able to gain a little momentum next week. Here we go! Austin and Randy don't have to do this for a reason. I'll talk about that in a moment. That's why he's called Anderson the Legend. He was a former Anderson at one point. Boom! As the pyro goes off. Johnny Gomez put JT in a match against Pimpster because JT had to earn his way to the world title match. Austin and Randy, that's the champion and the Royal Rumble winner. So he wants JT to go through one more hurdle here tonight. But doesn't matter, win, lose, or draw, JT will be in the main event of Hell on Earth. But can he beat Pimpster in a tables match with that main event looming? Imagine almost, roughly over, I don't know yet, but around 60,000 people Sorry. 60,000 people could be singing this song before and potentially after the match. And imagine that. Imagine JT becomes a 3-time world champion and walks into Hell on Earth, or walks into the Inertia Birthday Bash episode as the champion. That would be insane. He walking into his birthday celebration as the world champion. You see the similarities even in Pimpster's attire to Austin. Like I said, longtime friends. JT and Pimpster are longtime friends as well. As I said, Johnny Gomez admitted he doesn't think Austin and Randy need to go through any more hurdles before we get to next weekend. But JT, I mean, you got to imagine that he loves this idea. And of course, JT was once called the hardcore icon. Sometimes he calls himself the millennial innovator of violence. He loves these hardcore matches. See a tables set up around the ring. So here we go. No rules. You win by putting your opponent through a table. JT immediately. Interesting front face buster to Pimpster. Again, the winner of this match doesn't change anything. JT just probably doesn't want to lose. If he does, it's not a lot of momentum heading into Hell on Earth next week. As he takes Pimpster to the floor right by a table. Now he throws Pimpster into the freaking post. Goodness. The LED post. Face first goes Pimpster. Oh, Pimpster with an overhand shot. Right hand. You got to imagine that Austin probably told Pimpster this, and I bet Randy wants it too. They probably want him to soften up JT as he went for a baseball slide and missed. Pimpster drops the table against the apron. Collar double tie up. Big right hand across the back. Tables matches can end in an instant. There's a right hand. That table is sitting precariously. Collar double tie up. JT thrown into the table, but it just kind of falls, as does he. Collar double tie up again. The table down. Pimpster. Big back suplex. See, something like that could have been good when the table was set up. Collar double tie up again. Boot to the midsection. DDT. There are no rules in a triple threat match. Well, no disqualifications or countouts anyway. So it'll be much the same in the main event of Hell on Earth Sunday. Back suplex on the floor. Won't be a tables match, but you get my point. Couple of straight rights there by Pimpster. JT probably taking a little aback here. Pimpster misses that clothesline, runs into the barricade. JT Schoolboy super kick. You don't see him pull that out a whole lot anymore, but he knows he's going to have to bring out all the stops next weekend, so might as well bring them out tonight as well. Might as well get ready to bring out all the stops. Oh, shots to the lower back here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Speaking of shots to the back, an electric chair drop. Again, JT just doing anything and everything to stay away from Pimpster here. Oh, Falcon Arrow. Or to take him down anyway. Right hand. Go behind. Back rake. Bringing back an oldie. Into the barricade. Now what's he going to do? Oh, Snake Eyes off the barricade. Gets Pimpster back to his feet again. And just over and over again into the barricade. Uh-oh. JT thinks tables aren't enough. He's going to grab a chair as well. Back elbow. Crowd chanting, we want tables. You're going to get them no matter what, I promise. Left hand. Right hand. Pimpster just attacking JT while he's up against the barricade. The left hand takes him down. JT grabs pitcher before he can do anything else. Starting to think this might be a barricades match instead of a tables match. Boot to the midsection, DDT on the floor. Kip up by Pimpster though. Oh man! A leaping enziguri by JT. Out of nowhere. What's he gonna do here? Oh my goodness! Launches Pimpster into the barricade from the powerbomb position, face first. He goes. And now he drives him back first into the barricade. JT has not tried to do anything with a table. So far, all he's done is grab a chair that he didn't get to use. He's now got a spinning toe hold of sorts, or some sort of ankle leg submission on Pimpster. Oh, here we go again. Bam! The schoolboy super kick. Connects again. And Pimpster thrown into the barricade hard. Solid elbow tie up. Pimpster thrown across the other way now. JT not even bothering, like I said, with using a table for anything so far. Oh no. Got the chair. Oh, misses. Pimpster blocks. Boot to the midsection. A DDT by Pimpster on the floor. Pimpster was thinking about something, decided to stay where he was, going after the leg. Picks JT up, grabs him, and again with the DDT. Both men just trading the same moves here, trying to show each other up, perhaps. And now he's dragging JT. Looks like, I think Pimpster's busted open. I can't tell entirely as the fans' hands are facing to the barricade, but it looks like he might have been busted open at some point. Oh, into the steps. I definitely saw blood on Pimpster's head. Collar elbow tie up, thrown into the table, gut first. And now JT with a knee drop to the midsection. JT needs to avoid being busted open like that. As he throws Pimpster into the barricade again. And now, just kind of lets him go. Both men had a bit of a moment there. Uh-oh! Pimpster's got JT on his shoulders. This is bad news! What did I say about these matches ending suddenly? Pimpster with a wasteland through the table. JT, I think, took a little too much time. And that was that. Fans not overly happy about it, but Pimpster picks up the win here. Pimpster sitting out here celebrating. Uh-oh. 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 JT's back in. JT with the diamond cutter. Sending one last message here tonight. Bam! He got him again. Just had to send one last message. He may have lost a tables match here tonight, but he lays out Pimpster and stands tall. Could this be the last thing we see next weekend? Thank you everybody for joining me. Later on this week, you will be joined by Johnny Gomez to walk you through the entire Hell on Earth card. 10 matches, 5 each night. And then I will join you next Saturday and Sunday. Hell on Earth from Tropicana Field.